Alright, welcome to Old World Gaming. In this episode, I am hopefully going to be finishing off my first 500 points for my Night Goblin army. So I've literally just finished the video painting these trolls yesterday. So, yep, so those were done yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Previously, I had done my fanatics and my archers. I did the shaman and the spearman just before I started doing my YouTube videos, but that leaves my warboss, which is this guy. I've seen he's actually going to be re-released very soon, so it's quite timely. I've had this guy for a little while. I thought he was awesome, and yeah, I wanted to paint him up. So he's going to be leading the red warband, and I have generated a name for him if I can find it. Let's see, where did I put it? He is Gitrak Edsplitter. So there we go. I used a name generator and then basically just completely butchered it anyway because I couldn't find something I liked. But yeah, so he's Gitrak Edsplitter, and these are Edsplitter's lads. So yeah, my first 500 points, and like I say, he's going to have a red colour scheme to him to match these guys and the shaman at some point. I don't know when, but I'm planning on giving him like a red cowl and hood as well, and maybe the fanatics as well, just to kind of designate this as all part of his warband. When that will happen, I've got no idea. But yeah, for today, I'm gonna see if I can paint this guy in one video. It's been quite a lengthy process doing like multiple videos to paint stuff. I mean, those guys took ages. I couldn't have done them in one video anyway. But that was quite the slog. Over a week, I was doing a video, like a video a day, painting those guys. But that's like, I don't know, it still took like 8 days, I think. I just want to get this guy done. So yeah, that's my plan, is to just get him painted in this one video. So we'll see how we go. It's very ambitious, I know. I am expecting it to take several hours, probably. I don't know, but we'll have to see. I will do a whole bunch of things to make it quicker. Whole bunch of things, maybe just one thing. I'm planning on dry brushing his black. So when I did Grin-Crack, which is this other guy who'll be the warboss of another warband, the purple colour scheme warband, I like highlighted his black and layered that up, which I can't remember how long it took. It took longer than dry brushing, so I'll save some time by dry brushing this guy's black, but everything else will probably just be done properly. So yeah, I mean, no more, don't need to talk about it too much. Let's get cracking. We've got a lot to do. So I'm just going to mix some white and black together to give us our first dry brush layer, basically. I don't even know how much I'm going to need. Probably not. I don't really need much. Literally just, it's only one dude. White always needs a good shake, I find. This is me shaking it off camera. Let's get some white. I don't know if that's enough, but it's what I've got for now. Yeah, I'm not really sure how light I want to go. I mean, I think I just did one there on the fanatics. They look alright. Okay, there's quite a lot of paint on this brush. I need to make sure it's nice and dry. So to do a good dry brush, you literally want to dry it off. And we'll go from there, I guess. So I'm using a massive brush. You can obviously do it with a short brush. Oh no! As I'm wiggling my brush, basically my brush is doing this, and as I'm wiggling it up, it's hitting this light. So I have to try and do it really low down to not hit it. Well, there's quite a lot still left on this brush. It doesn't look horrendous. I don't know. Maybe it is. It's quite a lot. Still a lot on the brush. See, the brush is too tall. Okay, let's try this side. Yeah, that's fine. So it only needs to be quite light, but just going on these raised areas. Yeah, the brush actually still has quite a lot on it, even though I've dried it off quite a bit. Never mind. Yeah, it's probably gone up a bit lighter than I would have liked on his sleeve, but whatever. I am, like I say, I'm doing this quite quickly. I don't need to do his hood because that's going red. I can't really get in there. Try and wiggle it around in the bottom bit. I don't actually know what colour I'm expecting to do that bit, but probably black. There we go. See, that was loads quicker than doing it properly, and it looks alright. I mean, by the time I've painted all the interesting bits, you probably won't look much at his cloak anyway. Okay, there we go. That was a nice and easy job. Yeah, it probably is a little bit much, but I'm not sure I'm that bothered. Okay, cool. That's him done. Well, that's the dry brushing portion of his cloak done anyway. I'm not going to do another layer. I'm relatively content with that. I actually don't like what's happened in, I don't know if you can see it, on top of that arm. Looks a bit naff actually. I may try and tidy that up a little bit now. The rest of it kind of looks alright. Yeah, I mean it's just a quick job. We'll see how it looks by the time I'm finished. See if I regret it. But I don't think I will. See, I could use some Nuln oil on it, but I've got a feeling that there's some black there. Nuln oil will be shiny. I don't really want it to be shiny. Right, how am I going to do this? Just going to paint in the recesses where I don't particularly want it to be mega bright. That might be enough. That might just do it. Yeah, I think that'll probably do. Do I maybe go a little bit in here as well? A bit of water. Oh, there's way too much water. No, it wasn't. It wasn't way too much water. It's not enough water. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, I've not tried patching up dry brushing before, but I feel like it probably will be alright doing it with the black. I feel like that's been relatively successful. That's probably all I need to do, really. Yeah, don't need to faff around too much more. That looks alright. Pretty happy with that. Okay, cool. Right. Let's see what I want to do next. I kind of want to do his herd, but I feel like there's other bits I need to do first. I need to paint. I'm going to do everything that's going to have some sort of brown layer, because it looks like there's loads of stuff on him that needs to be brown in the recesses. I was all, I don't know, tempted to do his skin. Right, let's see what needs to be brown. So this is Rhinox hide. I'm going to do this as a base layer, basically, in most places, I think. There's a lot, so everything on his back is probably going brown because they're all skulls and hair and stuff. His axe, I don't need to do the end. The skulls underneath, he's got a tooth hanging down. I guess I could do the metal. It'll look a little bit rusty in the gaps. I do his fur, the bones on his back, his hood. I mean, I'm tempted to even do his skin, to be honest. Basically, most of him is now going brown. But I did need to do him black to start off with anyway because of his robe. But yeah, I've not undercoated. I've not done a base coat of brown on goblin skin before. See how it looks. This is an experiment. I quite like doing experiments. Obviously, it's a little bit risky doing them on a YouTube video because I don't know how they're going to turn out. But what's it matter, really? This way we get to find out if it works together or not. I do not know what the answer is going to be. I'm going to need loads more brown than what I have got on my palette. I'm probably just going to leave his boots black, to be honest. I'll do the toe caps metal. Or do I do them yellow? Don't know. So I've gone for like yellow armor on the boss of the spearman unit. I'll go for yellow armor bits on him. I thought it was just his helmet, but he does have toe caps, so I could do those yellow as well. Undecided. We will decide together later on. I'm going to coat them brown now anyway, because at the very least it's like kind of looks like rust on the metal if I just do them silver. But yeah, I will probably do his axe head yellow as well, actually, like I did with Grincrack. If you haven't seen that video, he's got like this, the blade. It's the light really hard to see in there, but it's probably because, yeah, there we go, it's because I've got a white palette. So yeah, so I did it yellow and then with silver edge. So I did the same thing on this guy's axe as well, because I quite like how that looked. So it'll be yellow up here. So you know what, I will paint this brown. But I'm not going to use the same kind of yellow that I did on Grincrack because it was quite a muted yellow. I'll do more the yellow that I did on the boss of the spearman unit. Burke is his name. I didn't make that up. That was from... So he's... the Grincrack is from Underworlds. He's got a warband. And I just thought his whole... like the retinue, every guy in the retinue is basically a character. So I bought that, and then I've used all the guys as like bosses and Warboss. There's a musician in there as well, which is in Grincrack's spearman unit. Yeah, so all of the, because they're all characters in a warband, they've already got names. So, like I say, his name's Burke, and yeah, that's just what his name was. So, however, I have named the champion from the archer unit. I say champion loosely, the boss, except basically never will they ever have a boss. So he's just like the leader. First among equals, if that's such a thing in Goblin terms. And he's called Dag. So Dag's stickers, as in they'll stick you with arrows. So he's got a unit of stickers. And Burke's boys are the spearmen. He's in charge of the lads with spears. And Gittrack, I was going to say trust him with that, but I don't know how much he trusts him. But he knows he's good at rousing the lads and telling them who to poke with the pointy sticks. He's the best of the bunch. I mean, in fairness, Gittrack normally leads that unit anyway. I'm making this all up because I've not played a game, but there is his fighting boys, and Gittrack leads them himself, and Burke's his like right hand man in the unit. His best fighter. He has to watch his back though, because Burke's got ambitions of becoming Warboss one day. Daboss. What am I doing? This whole hood's actually going red, so I can give it this. I can be quite messy with this, I think. I don't know if it was the right move. Painting brown everywhere. Probably should have left some black in the recesses, but I don't know. Feels like it might be all right. Yeah, everything's going brown. I have not really considered that. I've never done this before. I normally just paint a bit at a time, but as in like for this guy, the shaman, Nibbler, so called because my favourite item, was it my favourite item? I can't remember, but Nibbler's Itty Ring was one of the old Orc and Goblin items. I feel like I used to use that. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't paint his skin brown. I can't really see what colour I did in the recesses. I think I probably left it like black in the very recesses, but there we are. Like I say, this is an experiment, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so the hood's all going red anyway. I don't know how much of a good idea it is to have such a common base everywhere. Will it make everything look basically the same colour? I don't know. We will find out, and we will find out together, hopefully by the end of this video. Because, like I say, my intention is to do it all in one go. And we'll see how we get on. I do like this guy. One of the reasons I like him is because he looks cool. He just looks, I don't know, just looks hard. No, you can't really see him. We'll revisit him by the time that he's finished. But yeah, he looks cool. He just looks like a gnarly old, wizened, battle-hardened goblin. I guess some of them don't die, and this is one of them. Gitrak has survived many a battle, and that's why he's in charge. But also, I quite like having a goblin with a great weapon, because it's very rare I'm going to bother putting any magic, like giving him a magic weapon. And if I do, then give him a magic weapon. But it makes him really strong. Obviously +2 strength is very good. Armor Bane as well. So he becomes quite good at hitting stuff, assuming he survives, which he may well not do. But Burke's always there to accept a challenge, so that this guy can smack some rank and file guys. So that's probably how it'll go. Makes Burke feel good about himself anyway, being the challenge acceptor. It's Gitrak's way of keeping him occupied. The more occupied he is, the less time he's got to think about taking out Gitrak to become the new boss. Gitrak's a cunning night goblin. That's why he's in charge. Okay. Oh yeah, I've started putting music over these, so I imagine there'll have been music playing all the way through. But it's a new thing, and I'm yet to kind of hear from anyone if it makes it any better having music in the background. So if you're listening to this and you fancy writing a quick comment, let me know. You know what? I don't know if you can write comments while you're listening to videos. That is not something I've tried doing on YouTube. And if you can't, I don't know, it's probably hard to remember to do it. I don't know what to do about this patch. He's got like a little patch on his outfit where I guess like covering a hole or something. I'll probably just leave it as is. No immediate desire to paint something I don't have to paint. Just pretend it was the right colour and matched. There's a skull on the back. I don't even know what's going on there. These hooks of some sort. And then a little pouch for monies. You know what, I'm quite tempted to do that. I don't know, blue or something. but you can go brown for now. Just in case I decide to do it brown or red. Maybe red is a good colour to do it. Yellow. I should probably do, like, keep a limited palette. And one, it'll make it quicker to do, and two, it won't detract too much from other stuff. I don't know. We'll see. It could go like a light colour. I think that's most of that done. I can see, right, in his, let me put this colour that so that we can see. Can we see? You might not be able to see. It's really hard to see anyway. But behind, on his chest, it looks like there's some like armour plates, like little rivets, like studded leather, that kind of thing. Whether that will get painted or not, we'll have to see. Remains to be seen. Okay. So anything else on him? I'll leave his boots black probably. His clothing's black. I think that's it actually. We have basically painted everything else. Okay, what's the... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm going to do it now actually. Is his base. Because that needs to go Rhinox brown too. And I can see everything's a bit wet, so I may just pause the video for a sec while it dries. It'll take a couple of minutes to dry, but until it's dry I can't really do anything else on him. So I'll just finish this and we'll pause the video. Yeah, while it dries. I mean, his axe is dry. I could do the yellow, but I'm literally painting around his feet now. And those are, I think those are going yellow. I think probably the next area I'll do is his skin. Or the skulls. No, I think I'll do his skin first. Alternatively, you could do the brown. No, you know what? We'll do the brown, like his shaft of his axe, and I'll do the wood, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Right now, I've just assumed his axe is made of wood. It looks like it could be made of metal, I guess, but maybe I should have painted it black. But yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to do it wood. Wood on his back, obviously. This kind of is almost a Skaven shape. No, it's not. It's got a Skaven skull, so maybe he nicked it off a Skaven. Maybe that's the guy who nicked it off. Skaven. This is like the tiniest dwarf skull I've ever seen. It's so small. Dwarves have got massive heads, but it's got like this dwarven beard coming from it. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a dwarf skull, but it's teeny tiny. And there's a tiny human head and a Skaven head as well. And then, yeah, he's got lots. I mean, they could be goblin heads, but these are definitely not goblin heads. Okay, cool. Right. Let's give him a minute to dry, and then we'll paint the brown. Alright, should be enough time to dry. It's a little bit damp under there, but I'm not painting there at the moment. It'll definitely be dry by the time we get to the base. So yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got some fluff on him. Alright, so let's do the wood. Okay, I am going to mix a little bit of Mornfang Brown into this Rhinox hide that's still a bit wet. And pop that on. There's basically no texture on this axe. Kind of makes me think it's probably meant to be like a metal bar, but it's going wood. I mean, you can get nice wooden poles, can't you? Okay. Need some more Rhinox over there. It's drying out. And that makes sense. I did literally just leave him to dry with the Rhinox. So, does make sense. Alright, probably about that. Now the risk of having put it on top of the dried Rhinox is it might start flaking off into little bits. And I get little bits in it. Right, okay, so for this layer, I don't know, is that meant to be a metal rod? Maybe. Okay, let's assume that's bits going metal. Don't know what colours I'm going to paint the hair on these. Maybe I'll do that should I do that as Slayer? With orange beard. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be a Slayer, but I think I will give it an orange beard. Why not? Ginger beards. Maybe not quite orange, maybe it will just be like a ginger. I'm going to have to mix some more of this colour if I'm not careful. I don't know what being careful would look like. Quick, maybe if I'm not quick. Yeah, so basically for this layer I'm doing all of it except where it touches anything else, basically. Nothing particularly sophisticated. And I'll probably just do another layer or two on top. Is there anything else that's wood? There's a little bit of wood showing between the middle of the dwarf beard. I think that's wood. Yeah, I think it kind of is the wood showing between. Oh, he's got fluff on his nose as well. Okay. Yeah, nothing else is wood. Alright, let's I'm gonna mix some white in for the next layer. Just a smidge of white. Do I want to do any more on his axe? I'm not sure I do. I will do some more on his banner. Banner? Guess it is kind of a banner. I don't have any other thing to call it. It's a trophy rack. That's what it is. It's a trophy rack for sure. On account of all the trophies on it. That's why it's called Ed Splitter, you see? Or maybe I should call him Ed Taker. But he's got his splitting axe. I could call him Ed Taker. Git track Ed Taker. I quite like Ed Splitter. But it doesn't really matter either way. He clearly likes collecting heads that he hacks off with his axe. There we go. I decided I will put a layer on. That didn't do a huge amount. Probably need a little bit more white to make a dent. Although my paint is almost dry, so a little bit more white actually may end up looking like a lot more white. Right, this is going to be the last layer, I think, on the wood. It's a little bit hard to see with the shine. Just do it there. Yeah, this layer's probably a little bit too light. But there we go. I don't think it matters too much. He's going to be in a unit for most of the time, so that will kind of hide him a little bit. He's not a special character. Don't tell him that. Hurt his feelings. Not sure I do want to put any more on the axe, maybe on the end. I think I'm relatively happy with that as the final layer. Probably do. Right, so next, I guess it doesn't matter, just pick something to do. I will do skin, I guess. Skin. I am worried about touching his nose too much, but then I've got the same problem with these. So I like to basically grab my models all over the place. I'm going to try and hold his base as much as possible so I don't rub stuff off. I think I'll do skin next. I should probably do, yeah, I'll do skin, then yellow, then red. Let's do that. And so basically the reason I'm choosing that is because I need to do this skin, and if I do in here, there's a good chance I'll get it on the red. So if I did the red first, so I'll do the skin. Oh, that's an ear poking out the side, of course, okay. So I need to be careful when I do the red around his ear. He's got a helmet on, which with this spike poking out, I looked at him for ages trying to work out what was going on with his hat. Like, was it a bit of flash or something? And I realised he's wearing a spiked helmet, like with a spike on top of his helmet, and he's pulled his hood over the top, and the spike's gone through his hood. That took me ages to work out, but yeah. So I'm planning on painting his helmet yellow. So that will be a yellow spike coming out the top of his helmet. So I think I'll paint his skin, then his helmet, then his helmet is yellow, so I think I will do the end of his boots and his axe, and then helmet, axe, boots, yep. Then we'll do the red hood, then we'll do the bones and the hair and the metal, and then he's basically done. Oh, and then his fur probably last. Something like that. That's the plan. That's my current plan. Skin. That's what I said. Right. So I'm gonna probably do 4 layers on his skin. And I say 4 layers. He's already got 2 layers because it was black and then brown. Do I need a layer underneath this layer? Let's see. I don't think I put a layer underneath. I think I just went straight for the dark green base layer on him. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I'll just do this. So this is Castellan green. I think I might just do this. What's the thickness like? It's right on the edge of being the right thickness, so I tend to see a bit of water in it. Okay, so I kind of feel like I should leave his eyes. My brush is attacking my light now. Yeah, I'll try and leave his eyes. I'll probably just end up smearing him with green, but then I can chuck some null oil or something inside him to get him back dark again. It would be better if I didn't get it in his mouth, but it looks like I am. Yeah, it's interesting having this brown undercoat on the skin. Like I say, I've not done that before. I think it felt like it's going to give the skin a little bit of a kind of a reddish tinge to it. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I hate it. Will I do it again? I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's do there. It's quite hard to see there. Okay. and see if I've gone in close enough to his, like done his lips and stuff. I think I've probably done enough there. I went in a little bit close on this side. I might be able to pull that out. Yeah, it's come out. It's probably unnecessary to do, but I took most of the green out of around between his tooth and his lip. Okay, so now it's his hands. Have I got? I don't have much left. I do have a little bit left. Well, let's finish that off first. I don't think it's going to be enough. My instinct says to put more paint on my palette, but we'll see how we go. Oh, did I get that? No, I thought I got that on his axe halved. I didn't, which is good because I don't want it on his halved, obviously. Do I leave it in between his fingers? Yeah, maybe. The brown actually looks all right in between his fingers. Okay, need some more paint now. That's good. Yeah, I quite like the brown between his fingers. Certainly a lot less harsh than it would be. See, if it was black in between his fingers, I would probably have to paint this green right the way down. But then it would end up looking quite shallow. But that brown actually looks okay, because it's not harsh like it would be if it was black. Interesting. There we go, that's what happens when you experiment with stuff. You find out new things. I guess the other way to do it is to watch people who know what they're doing do it. But yeah, both work, obviously. Although you probably learn things a lot quicker from people who actually know what they're doing, rather than just kind of trial and error yourself. But there we go. There's the fun in that. Yeah, that looks all right. And let's yeah, again, having that palette there makes it hard to see. But okay, and let's do the other hand. Did I get enough paint out? Yeah, probably. Need a little bit of water, I think. You'll notice I specially cleaned my palette before this video. I only clean my palette when there's no gaps left, really. I say palette, it is a bathroom tile. Yeah, just like a leftover from tiling the bathroom at one point. So if you don't have a palette, nick a towel from somewhere. That's perfect. They're very easy to clean, like infinitely reusable. Just hot water, and I use an old knackered toothbrush at the moment. I'm not saying that's the best thing to use, but you can use something to scrub it off, a brush of some sort, like a scouring pad or whatever. Getting a little messy over this hand, not intentionally. I managed to get the green down in between, but it's alright. I mean, that was my initial plan anyway, with the other hand, but it'll be fine. And it's not actually as messy as I thought it was. He says getting it on. I think I just got it on the pole. Okay. Cool. all of his skin done with the first layer, I think. Yep. Okay, next layer. I'm moving up to, what's this one? Lorraine Forest. So we do that. And all the raised areas, leaving all the recesses basically. I'm unsure what's going on with his face actually. I should just suggest you don't say that to people. What's going on with your face? It's how to offend people very quickly. But this is an inanimate toy goblin, so I heard some of you gasp when I said that. Called him a toy. He is a toy. Yeah, I don't know, his face doesn't feel particularly well defined now. It might just be the light making it hard to see. Yeah, could be the light, could be my eyes, could just be my bad painting. Blaming it on the model. It's not fair really, is it? Anyone who's watched any of my videos before will know that I drop models quite often. Did I chip anything there? I don't think so. Can't see anything chipped. Oh, something fell off then. Don't fall off my finger. No, he seems alright. Good. That's convenient. I don't like broken models. Make me sad. Broken models require fixing and repainting. None of those are particularly fun on a model that you've already painted. Obviously, you don't have to repaint a model you haven't painted. I feel like I probably should have been a bit stingier with this paint and just painted the raised areas. But there we are. I guess he's going to be a little bit lighter skinned. Maybe that's why he hides in the cave. He's a night goblin after all. Alright, fine. Yeah, so again, like the brown, at this stage I'm just leaving the recesses on like my rank and file goblins. I just kind of did this on the higher raised areas, and it was my highlight layer, so I just had 2 layer skin. But I'm going to do at least 1 more layer on this guy. I think 1 more layer will be fine. Don't think I'll need a third. Again, I say a third, but with a black and a brown as well, technically will make it 5, but who's counting, eh? Me, clearly. Alright, Cool, let's do the next layer. We're going to mix some white in. It's probably way too much white. This might be too light a highlight. Maybe it's alright. It's quite light. Oh well. He's just going to have really light skin. So now my intention is to just do the most raised areas with this layer. Cheekbones, lips, top of his nose, that kind of thing. Yeah, it looks alright. It's nothing to write home about. Nothing to make a YouTube video about. Right. Let's do his hands. I'm going to do the tendons, is that what they are? The lines on the top of his hand. And his knuckles. Yeah, on Grin Crack, I did at least one more layer on his skin, maybe two more, but I'm not going to on this guy. It's enough highlighting for him. Again, just doing the knuckles on this end. I think we'll do, it's not the cleanest paint job, but I think, yeah, it's gonna do. It'll be fine. Okay, cool. That's his skin done. We're well on our way. May even get this guy finished tonight. What do we say we'll do next? Yellow. Let's do the yellow. Okay, I'm gonna try and recreate the yellow that I used on Buck. And while I'm there, I might actually fix Buck because he's got a chip there. So I know, and on his nose and on his boot, I don't know what's been happening to him. He's literally just been sitting on my desk this entire time. I don't know how he's got damaged. There we go. Right, so I remember I did this first, Mornfang Brown, as kind of the true base layer for the yellow. I say the true base layer. I think I did go up another layer. Yeah, it's not Mornfang Brown really, but I put Mornfang Brown on first. Then we'll do another base layer. So we'll have, what's that? We've got black, Rhinox, and Mornfang. And now I'm talking about having an additional base layer on top of this one. So that'll be 4 base layers before I actually start leaving recessed areas, I think. That's what I'm saying. And this is me talking to myself, really. I think, Luke, is this actually what you're saying? Yes, it is. I am planning on doing another base layer, which makes me question why I'm bothering doing this one. The reason I think I'm doing this one is to help the next base layer actually be a clean base layer. Whether that's strictly necessary or not, I don't know. But this is kind of how I've always done it, and I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's just the way it is. Yeah, I think there's certain areas that I won't need to paint, like right down in here. I probably won't need a new base layer on, maybe. Okay, so that's the axes. I need to do his hat. Yeah, his hat's bound to have some bits that don't need another base layer on after this, probably. I think I'm just going to do the whole thing yellow. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'll do the whole thing yellow and then decide if I like it or not. And if I want to pick any bits out. I'm just hoping I don't smear it all over his face. And that spike in his hat. Goblins, eh? Putting a hood up over their spike. Getting it, jamming it through the hood. Fine, that's what he wants to do. You know what? I'm going to do this moon symbol yellow as well. Makes sense, doesn't it? I'm almost tempted to, while I'm here, I think I'm going to undercoat the dwarf beard. Base coat the dwarf beard with this as well. Since he's going to have a ginger beard. Oh, I'm hesitating. Is this too light? No, it's fine. This is fine. He's going to have a ginger beard. Interesting one. One of the problems with holding it upside down is my brain isn't registering what everything is. So I'm pretty sure this is all beard, but it could be part of his hat. It's definitely beard. It just, like, suddenly I didn't recognise what things were, because my brain was like, this is not what things look like. They should be up the other way. Okay. That's not a weird thing to do, is it? Mutter beard to yourself. It's not like anybody else is listening. Can I get to the beard in there without painting on other stuff? I don't know if I do it from this side. Sneak through. Just about. I can probably stay that colour now. Don't want to have to do that again too many times, if ever. Okay, so, I mean, that is such a tiny dwarf skull, I can't go over it. You might have noticed. Yellow. Now we'll do his boots, which I am almost 100% going to rub off whilst holding this guy I'm painting, but never mind. The more layers I put on it, the harder it is to rub off. That's my theory anyway. Or at least, as I rub it off, it'll just be that layer showing through again. Okay, anything else going yellow? Do I do this? What colour do I do that? Do I do it red? Do I do it yellow? I kind of feel like I'm going to do yellow. I could go white. It's going yellow now. And I've still got options. But I think I'm just going to paint it yellow. Can never have too much yellow, right? Right. I've seen an army somewhere where someone's painted all of the cloaks yellow on their night goblins. And I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. But yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. He's starting to look good now. I think anyway. Right. Let's give Burke a little bit of a touch up. I guess this will help me know if I've got the shade right, because when it starts to look right on Burke, it will look right on Gittrack. Okay, right, so next we need some Avaland Sunset. Oh, Avaland's really thick, gloopy. Yeah, and that's because it's yellow, and you're probably meant to just do a base straight with that. Never mind. It does even say base on it, which is what I did on my rank and file boys. Now, is this might be a little bit light for inside? Yeah, it's too light for inside. Okay, so I need a bit more. Bit more brown. Too much brown. Maybe that's fine. It's a bit of water in. Okay, I feel like this now is my real base layer. My yellow. But I can leave any deep recesses with the brown, so that's fine. Hopefully, with some music on this, it'll fill in all those silent gaps where I'm just too busy concentrating on painting and not talking. Let's do his hat. What was it? Warboss, best big boss at. I'm trying to remember what the name of the Warboss was. I want to say but I don't think it was Could have been. This is 6th edition magic item. I can't remember what it did now. The best big boss at. I'm just getting some paint out where it was on the hood rather than on the hat. Was it Warboss Warboss something's best big boss at anyway. Probably should have left those eyes dark brown. See if I can lift that paint out. I don't know if I can. Lifted some out. And maybe on the nose. Yeah. Alright. I'll try and leave it dark inside the skull. Okay, top of the hat. It just made me want to say top of the morning to you. His moon symbol. There's the boots and the pouch, money purse or something. Teeth purse. Oh, they like to wear there. He's got some teeth around his neck. One tooth around his neck. I don't know. Maybe he's got a small collection of teeth in this bag. Could do. I've got too much on my brush to get into there, so let's do his boots, kicking boots. Boots of butt kicking. That was definitely another magic item. Don't know whose it was though. Someone's boots of butt kicking. Probably could have done that yellow on the end as well, you know. Maybe I will. No base coats apart from this one. Did I do it brown? Don't know. Yeah, I think I did it brown. Okay, so it just didn't have the Mournfang brown layer, but it's not pure black underneath. Kind of want to get around this lip, but I don't want to get on the pole, the haft, the hold-in bit. Okay, I've got a little bit on there. It's handy having a clean brush to the side to use as a rubber. Just managed to get it all over my finger. No idea. Alright, cool. That's that layer done on all the yellow. I did just mix a slightly lighter base, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, bugs alright. Okay, so now we'll just go for pure Avalanche Sunset. So this is going to be my mid-tone, basically. This is everywhere except the recesses. Oh, yeah. Didn't quite finish doing the pouch on the back, but never mind. It'll be alright. So, yeah, everywhere except the recesses. Is this the right colour? Maybe. Should I have gone a bit lighter? These recesses look quite... Let's do it on Burke first. Let's see. I feel like I had another dark layer. gone too light too quick. That axe definitely looks like I've gone too light too quick. Thankfully for Burke, he needs the light bit anyway. He's more or less patched up now. That's good. Yeah, it's probably a bit light, a bit quick. So let's steal some of this broom. It's a bit more of a mid-tone. Don't know if I've got enough, but that'll do. Let's just wipe this off. Didn't really wipe any off, but there we go. Wiped a little bit. I don't think that looks much different, you know. How much do I care? Maybe not enough. Okay, this will be the test. What does it look like if I leave some of that in the recess around this rivet? Does it look too dark? I think it might. Oh, I've got it on the hair. Don't know what colour I'm going to paint that hair anyway. Black, maybe? Paint it black again. It's been painted a whole bunch of colours. Yeah, I think I might have gone a little bit light. Not a little. Yes, too light too quick, because what I should have done was painted another layer. I don't know, maybe it's alright. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just worrying about trivial things. What I should be worrying about is why there's bits coming off in the yellow on the axe. It's because there was a layer underneath. Yeah. The not quite dry layer underneath has pulled off. That's annoying. Got bits. Got bits everywhere. It's okay. Probably okay. Is it okay? I'll just come and do another layer in a minute. So in theory, I'm leaving the recesses the previous layer now, previous colour, and just doing the high, well, not just doing the high bits, doing everywhere else, but the recesses. But I still got little bits on my brush. It's annoying. And my paint, this colour that I've mixed, is going to run out, going to dry up before I finish painting all the bits, which is also annoying. This is where I probably should investigate a wet palette and understand what they are, how they work and stuff. Because from what I understand, that will keep your paint usable for longer. Wet, usable. Maybe. I think that's what they do. Okay, right. You don't have to mix them up so often. Kind of want to do his hat, but I've got a lot of paint on my brush. And I just want to do it all, don't I? Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to wash the paint off my brush in order to do this justice without getting paint everywhere. On bits that I don't want to get paint on. Or just not particularly neat. Yeah, should I be going in the recesses with this? No. Certainly not on this skull. I quite like how the skull's looking at the moment. But I'm very conscious that this is not as high as I'm going with the yellow. I'm planning on going quite a bit higher. At least I was. I think I am. Yeah. Yellow hat. Yeah, the hat will look alright, I think. Right, the paint is running out there. What do we need? Yellow. Brown, some brown over here that we can nick probably. It's the right colour. Just mix some water in with it. Is that the same colour? Yeah, it looks about the same colour. Okay, so what else we doing? Do is moon. I don't know if these are meant to be like good luck charms or just the symbol of the moon clan or both maybe. Either way, he's gone. So do others. Now I don't have them in my paintbrush in my mouth, couldn't talk then. Don't have them in my army list yet, but at some point I want to make a battle standard banner. Don't know what made me think of this. My intention is to chop that moon off, stick this banner here, and stick this moon on top, basically, to make a battle standard. It looks something like that, probably be a little bit higher, maybe something like that. But this is a banner from the Orc boys. I think that'll be like a nice looking battle standard. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. I'm going to use this as the pole. This is just a fat paper clip, basically, and extend the pole and use that. That should be all right. But yeah, I just thought about that because I was talking about the moon shapes. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of a sneak peek of something that's coming up in future. Don't know when I need it, I guess. I've got so many things that I want to do. It's about making sure I do them in an appropriate order. So like, I wanted to paint a whole load more spearmen for my goblins, but I realised I didn't need them in my army. But I've got loads of spearmen, hordes of them, and I just want to get them painted. But I need to focus on having actually painted stuff that I need for army lists. I quite like batch painting spearmen. I don't know why, and then it's very satisfying to have a massive horde of spearmen. Weird but true. Plus, I think that'll be a good video. But I just don't need any more goblin spearmen at the moment. But I do want them. But I just don't need them. But I have them, and they need painting. They do need painting. Everything needs painting. I have them, and I want to paint them. But I just don't need them in an army. And there's other stuff that I do need in an army that's not painted. So that's why I've not painted them yet. Basically, I was going to do them and then I did the trolls instead, and I'm pleased I did because I love the trolls, and I've always wanted to paint the stone trolls, and finally at a skill level where I could do them justice, and I think I did. So I'm super pleased with how they came out. I am anxious about having to paint the other 4. I would, not under normal circumstances, I would have painted all 6 of them at once, because I'm very conscious that I may never get around to painting the other 4 now. And whereas if I paint them all at once, I'll just keep going until they're done. But I only needed 2 in the army list, and painting those 2 took long enough. When making YouTube videos, there's only so much time people want to watch you paint trolls for, and can't spend too much time faffing around with stuff when I've got other things to do, videos to make, stuff to paint. I think, well, I'll do a video soon, going up to, whether it's 1,000 points or 750, I don't know. I'll work out what to put in the army next. I will probably put some squig hoppers in it, because I've always liked the idea of squig hoppers, squigs in general. I never really used them in my armies, my Night Goblin armies. Back in like 6th and 7th edition, my Night Goblin armies mainly consisted of basic Night Goblins with fanatics, like lots of basic units of 20 with fanatics, because you had to have 20, minimum unit size at the time. And then as many shamans, like a level 4 and 3 level 2s, that kind of thing. Because Night Goblin shamans were cool and had magic mushrooms. They don't have magic mushrooms anymore. That's sad. I don't think the Arcane Journal will give them magic mushrooms as much as I would like it to. Right, what else? So Burke has got this layer. What did I know? Burke has got the next layer up. Has he? Oh, I don't even know now. Right, let's go for the next layer up. How does his yellow look compared to Burke's? It is darker. Ideally it needs to be less dark. So let us make it less dark with this. So I think in theory that layer was leaving all of the recesses. This layer should be, I don't know, I was going to say a plain layer, but actually, is it? Is it the mid layer? No, I don't think it is. I think Burke's got the dark layer all over him, and then this is like a bit of a highlight layer. Not a full highlight layer, because there's another layer on top I can see. Okay, so let's see what it looks like if I paint around the edges. I mean, this is really bright. That's really bright. Kind of feel like I need another layer before I put this on, because this is bright. Or I make this layer. I don't know. I mean, I've done it now, but I don't know if that was the right move. How does that look compared to back? Yeah, it looks a bit on the old light side. I feel like it wasn't much different now. Didn't feel like that much of a jump. Alright, toned it down a tad. Let's try that. I mean, you can't see it on there, probably, because I've just already done that. But maybe that's fine. It's also quite thick. That was me just cleaning off down the centre of that groove. Did I do this bit already? I feel like I did. Yeah, this doesn't feel anywhere near as stark as that last attempt. Okay, yeah, that's feeling better. How does Burke feel about it? Yeah. Good. Alright, Burke loves it. Okay. Right, so hat and boots. Every time I do the hat, I'm just worried I'm going to get paint everywhere. Because it's, I don't know, deep inside stuff. Being very quiet because I'm concentrating quite hard. Trying not to get it in places I don't want it. And that must be exhilarating. Doesn't make for great radio, that's for sure. Okay, just his boots, and then we'll do a highlight layer with the straight yellow. And then we'll do a highlight layer with yellow and white next, probably. I don't know. I'll have to see. I feel like I will, maybe. Alright, so this was our true kind of mid-tone. That's the actual colour that it is now. So this next layer will be a highlight. The first of probably two. So hopefully this won't be as harsh now over the top. Yeah, it's much better. Much more subtle. I'm much happier with that. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Cool, yeah, that's a nice subtle highlight layer. It looks actually more subtle in real life than it does on the video. Certainly it does on the video right now on the screen when I'm looking at it. It doesn't look quite as subtle. But that's fine because it looks way more subtle than it did earlier. Just a massive splodge. That brush had a lot more water in it than I thought. I thought it was dry. Well, we'll have to come back to that in a minute. Let's do his moon. Moon. Just scratch that. I noticed my nails are quite long to mine. Right, axe done, axe head done, moon done, top of his hat done. Let's do his inside of his hat, if that's what you can call it. Cool. Is yellow? Same yellow? I think so. I can't help but refer to these as butt-kicking boots. Don't know why, I just like the sound of it. That's what they shall always be, is as butt-kicking boots. I'll have to see if that magic item is still available, or at least find out what it was. And the best big boss hat. Pretty sure it was Warboss Arm. Warboss Arm's best big boss hat. Cool. Yeah, looks pretty good. Right, let's do this last one just to see if we can make it pop. So this is yellow with a bit of white in it, and Burke would quite like some of this as well. Probably a bit too much water. I think that's lighter. Yeah, let's test it on Burke, see what he thinks. This is a bit lighter. Don't know if it's light enough. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Alright, Burke is now back up to form. Yeah, okay, cool. Back in his unit of boys. Right, let's see if we can put this on Gitrak without making a mess of him. Yeah, it looks quite nice on there. So now the intention is to just catch on the very raised areas. I feel like I might go a bit higher as well. Oh, it's too wet. It just ran down. Combination of too wet and too much on my brush. Oh, I managed to smear it all over there. Clearly I'm not being very careful at all. Yeah, it's quite wet. Did I do it down here? I don't think I did. Maybe I'm over-egging it. So yeah, I think I've got too much on my brush. It's not quite light enough, and it's a bit runny. Yeah, I'm just doing the points on this moon, because circles have points, right? Goblin circles do. Crescents. On top of his head. Yeah, I probably won't do any more highlighting, I don't think. This is the last I can be bothered to do. Probably could do with another layer, but I'm not going to do another layer. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, cool. Yellow done. Right, what's next? Shall we do the hat, the hood? Let's do the hood. Right, so it's going red. And the only red I've got is this mega old blood red, which is quite thick, like mega thick. And I'm going to mix some Rhinox in with that. I feel that as like a base layer. Now I can feel myself rubbing all of this yellow off of here. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. A fair chunk. Is this a dark enough red? The first layer. Maybe not. I love painting dark red. Just looks good. Deep crimson. I think the paint's a bit thick though, and I've definitely got way too much on my brush. It is quite amusing how his spike just ripped through the top of his hat. I've washed the paint off my brush so I can just have it on the tip and actually be doing a good job. Making sure I don't get paint over everything else. That's the intention anyway, there's nothing saying I won't do it anyway. Thankfully I haven't done the dwarf beard yet, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get red all over it. to try and not get red on the ear if I can help it. Dangerously close to getting red all over the axe then. When I paint this fur, I get red on his hood. It's all just a tangle of risk everywhere. Okay, I think that's all the red that's going to happen. Yep. Okay. We might be able to mix our next red with what we got down here. Oh no, we got flecks coming in because the red underneath is dried. You can see some on the brush. Yes. Right, let's see what we got with this red. So the intention with this layer is to leave the deep red in the recesses, just to the not everywhere else. And then this will kind of be the, not the base layer, but the primary layer of red. So everywhere where the hood folds over here. So this is like the cowl, and that's the hood, so where the hood and the cowl meet. Because it's folded over, I'm just going to leave the deep red in between. Can I navigate between here and between the hat and the beard? Just about. Got some red on the wood. I think that was kind of inevitable. I should clean it off really though. And that's all of that done. Don't know how effective that's been, cleaning it off. Not really. Maybe some there. Okay, so now we need to go up to a bit higher. We need to start a new patch because it's all starting to, the dry stuff underneath is starting to peel off and end up in the paint. I do not approve of that. Oh no, I've just got it all over my fingers. Look at that. Don't know where that came from. I'm very messy today. Just don't really want to get paint on touch careful with painty fingers and get paint everywhere. Right, what was I doing? Mixing some red. Well, that's about the same colour we just used. So we need some more. More of the red. Yeah, it's lighter. Quite a lot lighter actually. Is it too light? Maybe. Maybe it is. Oh, we use it anyway, probably. Right, so top bits. Oh, it's quite light. Some more of that right outside that I've just got messy with. Ah, I did it again. It's coming off of the lid. Oh yeah, look, it's smeared out the side. Let's put that on the palette and use that. I didn't think I was shoving my finger inside it. Right. Let's try it. It doesn't feel much lighter than the colour I just did though, unlike the one that I just tried. Okay, yeah, maybe this is fine. It does look fine. It's a lump. Yeah, so now doing the more raised areas than previous. Well, around here there's not many areas at all anyway, it's just what's showing. I'm kind of working out towards the edges. And then on these raised bits and leaving the dips between them. That's the intention anyway. Okay, cool. Let's go a bit lighter. I'm going to go a bit lighter by mixing the yellow in, I think. That's probably too much now. So now I'm going to be doing like the most raised areas. Edge of his collar or hood. And the holes where his ear pokes out. I think it's got on his green. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Right around the edge. on these edges as well. Yeah, I'd like to do between these two, but I have a sinking feeling, sinking feeling. Oh, I think I did it, just about. I don't know how effective that was. Now I got it on yellow then. Can I get it off the yellow without leaving it pink? Maybe. That was quite successful. Okay, cool. Right, so I do also want to do around the rip of his hat, but I can't really see it. It's very hard to see and get to, I think. It's where I want to be, but I'm not sure I'm leaving any paint on it. I'm leaving some. Yeah, there we go, left some there. That looks good. If you can see it. No, I don't know how well you can see it. There we go. See if I can do it on this side as well. My intention is to just do the top bits of the rip. Give them a bit of a highlight. Maybe down here as well. Tip as his hat. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I've done it now. Yeah, it feels alright. I'd quite like to do along this ridge. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think I need to go any higher on his red head. I'm not sure how much I really like his red head, to be honest. I don't know if it clashes too much with everything else going on, but then it's not done. Right, I think we'll do the beard, then we'll do the bones, the fur and the hair and the metal, and then we're basically done. Okay, cool. Let's do the beard. The beard, not the beard. I think I'm just going to mix white. See what that looks like. Does that give me a gingery enough? Maybe we should have gone yellow. What happens if we use some yellow? No, yellow doesn't do it. Red. I don't know. Not a huge fan of any of those, really. Yeah, maybe we don't do it ginger. Not with the colours that I've got up here. I can't bother to go rummaging around to find some other colours. I think if I used like leprous brown or something, that would do it. Let's just do this colour that I've mixed. Whatever colour this is, it's a bit of yellow, a bit of red. Yeah, this is going to end up being a blonde beard, I think, unintentionally. That's too light. Back in the day I would have put a chestnut ink wash over this and that would have made it look a little bit more gingery. But my chestnut ink probably died like a decade ago. It's certainly well dry now. The inks dry up a lot quicker than any others. My experience anyway. Right, let's move up to the next slide. I'm basically doing exactly the same thing as I've done with the other colours. Moving up through the layers, up towards, I'll say I did yellow on the red, but this I'm moving towards white. So now I'm leaving some of the recesses, like key ones I guess. So I'm doing either side of the braided bit of the beard. But going in the gaps between the hairs. I think I just did that bit. Right, quite liked that bit of yellow mixed in. But all of this paint is quite dry now. But it might be alright. Now I'm picking out the hairs. So the hairs loosely. The strands. They are hairs, but I mean, they're not individual hairs, obviously. Hair is a lot thinner than that. It's got a little bit of a pink sheen to it. Or tinge, should I say, rather than sheen. That'll be the red I mixed in earlier, probably. Right. Tad more white, maybe. No, I'm having the opposite problem. I don't want to get red on this on the hat. Alright, that'll do. It's not the ginger beard I wanted, but it'll do. Just didn't have the ginger colours available. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's do the metal, I think. This is chainmail. I don't know what it's called these days. It's not the lead belcher. Lead belcher's darker, which is what I could do with really. So I just have to mix my own. this is obviously black mixed in with the chainmail colour. I think he doesn't have a huge amount of metal on him. He's got the axe blade, he's got a chain, and he does have like some, I guess that skull thing in the middle is kind of, is that his belt? I don't know what it is, but it's made of metal of some sort, whether it's whether I should paint it bronze. I don't think I'm going to paint anything bronze. I think I'll do everything just this classic metal colour. Okay, need to try and get into the chain. That's way too much water on my brush. I just need it on the end of my brush, otherwise I won't be able to get past everything. Don't know if I'll be able to get past everything anyway. Let's put a couple of bits on the studs on his chest. Just a token gesture that they've been acknowledged. Okay, that's the first layer. Probably only going to do the second layer. Don't think there's anywhere else that needs metal. I guess there's some metal studs. I figured this is probably like a nail of some sort. And then one on this side as well. That's all the metal really. And I could have done the bit on his hat, but I think I'm just going to leave it going. Right. Chainmail proper. Let's do the innards. Maybe. It's quite hard to see that down there. Probably almost wasn't worth bothering to paint. Okay, and the X. It's quite poor, the quality of the paint on my brush right now. I'm just doing some kind of striping, don't know what to call it, but just some drag in the brush, gives it a bit of a jagged look on the edge. And the same on the other side, not that anyone's ever going to look at this because it's underneath, but consistency, and I know it's there. There we go, that'll do for the old metal. What's that? Got this fleck of grass or something stuck on there. Well, never mind. Right, cool, that's done. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Nice looking axe he's got there. Okay, he's getting very close to being done. It's all the bones now. The bones and the fur. And his base. And his eyes. And his teeth. Teeth and bones, basically. Right. We are going to go Baneblade for all this lot. Baneblade brown. So my intention is to paint all of these bones with this Baneblade brown layer as a base. Except on these skulls, I will be leaving the eyes and noses the Rhinox hide. I'm wondering if that is too light. Maybe I should have gone a different base, but it's fine. Particularly these skulls in here are barely going to get any viewing time. Anyone looking at them? Most people are just going to look at the yellow and be like, oh, the yellow looks awesome. I'm like, yes, don't look at the skulls. Wish I can even reach that skull behind there without getting paint on everything else. Yep. Paint on his shaft of his axe. Shaft, haft. Don't know. A little bit less on my brush so I can try and poke it through everything. Okay, that's the tricky ones. Now for the ones that people are going to see a little bit more. It does feel like I've gone quite light for them, for this layer, because this was going to be a base layer, but who knows, it might turn out fine. Plus I can always make some Angrex Earthshade on it if I really hate it. I'm not sure what's going on with that rope around this skull. Like, what is it? Roping through. Is there a hole? Maybe there's a hole in the side of the skull. Okay. Dries up quite quick, this paint. Ooh, felt like that was too much water. Maybe it's about right, actually. Right, I think I've got 3 more skulls up here. Oh, I forgot to do the highlight layer on the whatever they're called, nails. I was tempted to put it in there as well. No, it's too light for that. Okay. Should think about painting these ropey bits as well. Don't know what colour though. Brown. Yeah, I think I'll be putting some Angrex shade on this lot at some point. I don't think I've painted a Skaven skull before. Not really sure what each of the bits are, where the holes are meant to be. Yeah, that's a nostril there that I'm just painting. Okay, now we got this dwarf skull and what I'm assuming is a human skull. Just a really teeny tiny one. I need to paint the hair of this boy at some point as well. It's such a small skull. Maybe it's had one of those shrunken head voodoo things done to it. I don't know how to do that. How do you shrink bone? Oh, this is a very damaged dwarf skull. He's definitely had his head caved in by this axe. He's not called Ed Splitter for no reason. Alright, he is getting close to being finished. It's very exciting. Which is good, because I'm getting tired. Oh no, where do I hold him? I guess the last thing I'm going to paint is this human's hair, because I'm busy using it to hold on to. Teeths. Okay, anything else before I move on? Oh, yeah, I've got to do that fur. Forgot about that. What colour's the fur going? Could go brown. Yeah, maybe we'll give him brown fur. Not right now. But in a bit. Okay, let's do the next layer. So I'm washing my brush, not because it's got the wrong colour on, but because the paint was going quite dry. Next layer will be a mix of, I want to call it Graveyard Earth, because that's what it used to be, or at least a very similar colour. Used to be Graveyard Earth. You know what, I think this is going to be fine. I was worried it wasn't dark enough, but I think this is dark enough. Yeah, I didn't have anything to worry about. I do always worry though that my base layers are too light. But I guess it's good when you're painting light stuff. If you're painting over black, then everything looks mega light. So many dents in this poor dwarf skull. Probably meant to be some brain you can see in there, but I'm not painting brain. Not today. Yes, that Baneblade Brown was right to paint that as a base layer. Like I say, I was worried that it was too light. But my fears have been allayed. That's good. Let's see if I can paint these guys in here. Teeth. Okay, great. And let's do another layer on the skulls and bones, and then I think we're done. Oh, I missed a bone hanging around his neck. Hopefully we've got some graveyard earth just here. Graveyard earth, Baneblade Brown. Right, this is a bone hanging around his neck that I painted silver by accident. A tooth, should I say. Probably an orc tooth, which is why he keeps it, because it makes him feel hard. Okay, great. Right, let's go next. Layer next. Right, this should be just a quick once over with a little highlight on everything. Right, and skulls are looking alright. Not sure about the forehead on this guy. Oh dear. Oh, his teeth. One last bit on his teeth. Just on the very tips. Okay, great. Cool. So his eyes, the hair, and the fur, and then we're done. Great. I'm just going to patch up a little bit of silver. I forgot to do the nails, and I scratched a little bit off of here by accident with my nail. Just doing right around the edge of this nail. Okay. Great. Let's do his eyes while I think about it. Wherever the red is, there it is. I'm not going to get that in there without paint everywhere. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. But I might try. Go down his eyelid. I do not want it on his eyelid. On his eyebrow. Wherever it is, I don't want it. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Just paint everywhere and then rub off the areas you don't want it. Not a recommended strategy. Trying to see if it's where I want it. Yeah, I guess it kind of is. Yeah. Alright, see if we can get some on the other side. The other side is quite closed. I'm never going to get in there. My brush is split apart at the end as well in two. I was like, is that my eyes? There's a good chance it's my eyes as well. I feel like it's still split apart in two. Now it's dry. Curses. Right. I'll do it quicker before it dries on my brush. Is that? That's not split apart. That's good. Get the tiniest bit on my brush. Try and paint it before. Oh, that is split apart. There's so many hairs on my brush, I think. Yeah. That was lame. Right. Just made a massive mess. Whoa, that looks horrendous. It's everywhere. It's escaping. Now he's just kind of got a baleful glow in his eye, which, you know what, that'll have to do. Yeah, it was a bit tricky to get it in there. But his other eye looks fine, and that's the one people are going to look at. So there we go. Alright, just don't look at the other eye. upset by that. But it's probably alright. Okay, cool. One eye looks good anyway. Right. What's next? We need to do that hair, that fur, and fix that scratch. And his base. Base is easy, that's nice and quick. So we'll do the fur next, I guess. I'm conscious that my phone battery is going to die soon. Let me just find a power cable. Right, so let's paint his fur brown. And I'm going to do a mix of Rhinox hide and Mournfang as the first layer. Don't quite know what colour to do the hair up there. Don't know if I want to do it black. I might try and do it a dark brown, in which case I might put some of this on there too. But rather, so this is going to be a base layer for this fur. If I put it on up there, it'll be a mid layer. That's my intention anyway. Yeah. So I'm leaving the dark, the Rhinox hide in the recesses on this one up here, whereas in the fur I put this in all the recesses. And that then means that this will end up with a darker colour to it. Even though I'm using the same colour, just the way that I'm putting it on will make it look darker, because I'm not putting in all the recesses, so it won't be the darkest layer on it, it'll be the mid layer instead. Okay, cool. That's kind of killing two birds with one stone. Even if this bird is already very dead. Okay, great. Now on to the Mournfang brown. Fleck on my brush that I do not wish to have there. Right. I'm going to leave the Worn Fang and Rhinox mix in the recesses on this one now. Still quite a heavy layer of the Worn Fang brown, because I want this to be the main colour. Whereas up here on the hair, it's going to be more of a highlight, provided I don't have too much on my brush. Probably should have just mixed some white in with the previous colour actually, but never mind. Looks alright. I'm scratching that a lot. Okay, there we go. Yep, right. Now let's mix graveyard earth in. I think I was going to go white, but the white will make it go, I don't know, a colour that I don't quite want it, I don't think. Not yet anyway. So now I'm doing it on like the highest areas, almost like a dry brush, just catching in the raised areas. Right, and let's get some white mixed in. Cool, that's almost there. I don't think I'll do any more on the hair up top. Might add another white layer. Got another fleck one here. Well, that might have literally just been some white paint that hasn't been mixed in. Right, let's go up a little bit more. Okay, cool. That's fur's looking pretty good. I think he's basically done. I'd quite like to go a bit lighter on his skin, but I'm not doing that today, which means it's never going to get done, so that's fine. So I'll fix up that black and then paint his base and then call him done. Yeah, cool. Alright. What did I say I was going to do? Black. Okay, right. I might highlight that later. I might not. Oops. Okay. Let's get his base done. And then we will call him finished. It is bad that I wanted to make some sort of dad joke about saying call him Gitrak. There we go. There's a few things causing that. One, I am a dad. Two, I am very tired. It is 11:45 now. And I planned on starting this guy like, I don't know, 6-ish. And then was faffing around with my short video. So I'm basically doing a short video now for most videos that I put up. And the one that I did for the Law of Britannia, for some reason, when I uploaded it, it was literally just a photo. Just a still image with nothing on it. And I hadn't realised, so I was faffing around changing that. Plus, I recorded the Dreadfleet video and uploaded that as well. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that did I do a lore video? No, I did a lore video earlier on today on my lunch break. That was the south, no, oh look at that, got it over my finger. The lore video today was Border Princes and Astalia and Dogs of War and stuff. So that was cool. And there are a whole bunch of names. So basically for the lore videos, confession time, I don't pre-read them in advance. I literally just read it as I go. And because it's like Italy and Spain, there are a whole bunch of names in there that I just like, as I saw them, as I was reading, I was like, oh no, what am I going to say for this? And then just had to quickly try and work out how to pronounce a name on the fly. So there's a few kind of weird sounding names. And yes, I'm doing the, what's it colour on those stringy bits, just because I've got it on my brush and didn't paint them. They probably could do with a highlight, but I'm probably not going to highlight it. They've got some attention. That will suffice. It's more attention than they had a minute ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think his skin needs a bit more. Another highlight on it. Like I say, I don't think I want to do that now. Which means it won't ever get done, probably, unless I take pictures. I mean, but got fixed, so it does happen every now and then. I do a little bit more on a model. Okay, this is the top layer of the base, which is bone. I'm using bleach bone, but that's because that's the bone I've got. I imagine there's nothing wrong with whatever the bones are now, with Shabti bone and some other bone. As far as I'm concerned, bone is basically just bone. Ironically, I didn't use the bone on the bones on here. So there we are. Using it on the dirt instead. Would have been even more ironic if it was called Graveyard Earth instead of Baneblade Brown, because then I would use the earth colour on the bones and the bone colour on the earth. As it is, it's not called that anymore. So close to getting finished now. Grass, and then Warboss green, and then he's done. He will be done very soon. Right, let's move all these paints out of the way. What do I say? Grass and green. Let's get some PVA and some grass. Why am I struggling to open this? There we go. Little puff of grass. Right, where's my glue? Oh, there's a lot of glue on this brush. Stick some grass here on this rather naff looking bit. And then stick some grass maybe here. And then some on the front, I don't know, here. Probably feels like I do with some grass. Basically I'm just covering the bits that look naff where I didn't paint it very well. And if that has to be everywhere, then it's everywhere. But it doesn't on this one, I think. Some of the bits look alright. Okay, that'll do. Excuse me while I just blow him off screen. Two things that's doing, that's getting rid of all the excess grass. And I like to think it's encouraging the grass to stand upwards as well if I'm blowing it in that direction. Whether it does or not. Could be the equivalent of a placebo, where you do something and it makes you feel better about it. Whether it's actually working or not. A little bit like a superstition, I guess. I don't know if it's true, if it works, but I feel like it does. Just moving some grass out of the way because I'm about to paint this rim. The reason I stick the grass on before painting the rim is because if I did the rim first, I don't have to wait for that to dry before I can stick the grass on. So there you go. Alright, the last thing. Painting his base. Normally this needs 2 layers, so probably actually won't get quite done just yet, but I could leave it and then for a few minutes and come back and do it. We can pause the video while the first layer dries. That's completely doable. tough to hold this. I am worried I'm going to rub the paint off the top or just drop him. So to avoid rubbing the paint off the top, I'm holding him lightly, which makes me more likely to drop him. There we go. Swings and roundabouts, I guess. Oh, I'm so pleased this guy is finally done, because that is my first 500 points complete. Very exciting. And then we can start scheming about what comes next. I think it's going to be squigs. Which I don't know. I don't know how to paint squigs. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's just try it and see. Okay, I'm just going to put him on here so he doesn't make a mess on my table, on my desk. I'm going to give him a couple of minutes to dry, and then we'll put the next layer on. Alright, let's get the next layer on. It's probably a bit too watery. This layer can be quite watery though. Let's see what, because it's just going over the top of green that exists already. So, but that probably is still a little bit too thin. I wasn't particularly careful with that layer either. Gone up a little bit higher than I'd have liked, so I don't really want to go over the lip. But it is done now. Alright, I'm just going to give him another minute to dry. Alright, so he is done. And he looks pretty good. I'm happy with him. Yeah, very happy with him actually. I've had him hanging around for a long time. No, I can see I've got a bit of yellow on there. Never mind. It can stay. But yeah, I've been wanting to paint him for ages. And he's finally done. I'll put him over there with his army. Stick him in his unit of spearmen. Let's have a look. There we go. Look at that. The boss has arrived. He's ready to go. So there we are. That is the first 500 points on the charging cable. Let's go with that. So 10 arrow boys or archers or bowmen or whatever you want to call them. Dags stickers, that's what we'll call them. Steve and Dwayne, the trolls. Gitrak with Burke, the spearmen and netters. Nibbler, the wizard, the shaman. And then I should probably give those guys some names, the fanatics. They look like they deserve some names. So yeah, there we are. First 500 points done and ready to start smashing heads. So yeah, there we are, and hopefully I'll get a game with them on Saturday. What is it? Thursday today? Actually, no, it's gone midnight now, so it's technically Friday today. So technically tomorrow is when they'll get their first game, even though really it feels like 2 days time. But there we go. That is them done, and yeah, hopefully that was interesting. And yeah, thanks for watching.